Hello, English learners. Welcome back to LifeTalk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
Today, we're painting a picture you might know well. That nervous walk into a new workplace. Maybe it's your first day at a new job. Maybe you're joining a new project team. Or maybe you're just sitting down in a conference room with people you've never met before.
You've got your coffee, maybe your heart is racing a little, and you think, oh no, what do I actually say?
Exactly. First impressions matter, right? And in English, the first words you choose can set the tone for the entire relationship.
But don't panic. We're going to guide you step by step through greetings, introductions, and those little phrases that make you sound both professional and approachable.
And hey, this might be harder than it sounds. Even native speakers sometimes struggle with first-day small talk.
Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more. But only if this is your kind of learning.
And we'd love to know, where are you listening from and what time is it for you right now? Drop a quick comment. It's always fun to imagine you maybe walking to work in New York at 8 a.m. or relaxing at home in Jakarta at midnight. Now settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together.
So picture this. You walk into the office on your very first day. You see your new colleagues. What do you say?
The easiest option is, "Hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you."
Classic. Simple. Friendly.
Totally safe. But what if you want to add a little more warmth? You could say, "Hi, I'm name. I'm really excited to be joining the team."
I like that. It shows enthusiasm without being over the top.
Right. But here's the trick. Tone. You want your voice to be upbeat, but not too loud. Imagine you're smiling with your voice.
And don't forget the handshake, or these days sometimes it's a nod or even a little wave, depending on the culture.
Oh, yes. Culture note. In some countries, a strong handshake is expected. In others, a bow or just a simple hello is fine. So always look at what other people are doing.
I once gave a super strong handshake in Japan, and the poor guy looked shocked. I learned quickly to soften it.
See? First impressions are not just about words, they're also about gestures.
Okay, but let's practice some friendly opening lines. Imagine I'm the new colleague, and you're introducing yourself.
Got it. Hi, I'm Nico. I just joined the marketing team. And you are?
I'm Elisa. I work in design. Welcome.
Notice how I added a tiny detail. I just joined the marketing team. That gives the other person something to respond to.
Yes, because then I can say, oh, marketing. We'll probably work together. It opens the door for conversation.
Another tip, you can always ask a polite question after introducing yourself. Like, how long have you been with the company?
Or, what's your role here? Nice and simple.
Careful though, don't go too personal right away. Asking, are you married? Or, how old are you? That's a no-go in professional settings.
Yes, save those for when you're actually friends, not for the first 5 minutes.
Okay, let's make it fun for our listeners. Imagine you're walking into a room of new colleagues. Just repeat after us.
Hi, I'm your name. It's great to meet you.
Hi, I'm your name. I'm new to the team and really looking forward to working with you.
Hello, I'm your name. How's your day going so far?
That last one is nice because it feels conversational.
You know, this reminds me of when I started my first office job. I was so nervous, I just said, hey.
Nothing else?
Nothing else. And then silence, the awkward kind.
And that, my friends, is why a tiny extra phrase can save you. Hey, I'm Elisa. Nice to meet you would have been perfect.
Live and learn.
Listeners, think of your own workplace. What would feel natural for you? Maybe even write down 2 or 3 introduction sentences right now. Practicing them helps you sound smooth later.
And don't worry if it feels a little robotic at first. The more you say it, the more natural it becomes.
Let's also talk about names. Sometimes English speakers shorten names or use nicknames. If you want people to use your full name, it's totally fine to say, "You can call me full name."
Yes, don't be shy about that. And if someone has a name you find difficult to pronounce, be respectful. Ask politely, "Could you say your name again, please?"
That shows interest and respect, and people appreciate the effort.
Okay, quick role play. Nico, you're new. I'll play the friendly colleague. Ready?
Ready.
Hi there. I'm Elisa from the design team. Welcome.
Thanks, Elisa. I'm Nico. Just joined the marketing team. And how long you been here?
Almost 3 years, and you'll love it here. The coffee machine is amazing.
That's always the most important thing in any office.
See? That little bit of humor makes the conversation feel lighter.
So, to recap, when you meet new colleagues, use a polite greeting, introduce your name and role, and maybe ask one friendly question. Keep it simple, keep it warm.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing you're open and approachable. That's the real first impression people remember.
And one last thought. If you mess up, maybe you forget someone's name or you stumble over words, it's okay. Just smile, laugh a little, and say, "Sorry, I'm still learning." That honesty often makes people like you more.
Exactly. People will forgive your English mistakes much faster than they'll forgive being cold or unfriendly.
So next time you walk into that office, take a deep breath, smile, and say, "Hi, I'm Name. Nice to meet you."
And trust me, you've already won half the battle.
So you've made that first impression. You've said hello, introduced yourself, maybe even joked about the coffee machine. What comes next?
Requests. Asking for help, asking for information, asking someone to pass the stapler without sounding like a bossy teacher.
Right, because in English, how you ask is just as important as what you ask.
Exactly. Imagine you're at your desk and you realize you don't know how to log in. You could say, "Tell me the password." But oof, that sounds a little harsh, right?
Very harsh, more like a command. Instead, you soften it. You say, "Could you tell me the password?" Or, "Would you mind helping me log in?"
Same message, but way friendlier.
That's the power of polite questions. The little "could you" or "would you mind" makes a huge difference.
And here's something interesting. When native speakers ask politely, they sometimes make the question longer. Like, "I was wondering if you could help me with this."
Yeah, the "I was wondering if you" phrase is almost like a magic spell. Suddenly, your request feels very soft.
Let's give our listeners some ready-made office lines. Okay, Nico, give me a bossy version, and I'll turn it into a polite one.
All right, bossy version. "Send me that file."
Polite version? Could you send me that file when you have a moment?
Nice. Next one. "Explain this report."
Would you mind explaining this report to me?
See how she added "to me"? Makes it clear and personal, but still kind.
Here's one more. Open the window.
That sounds like an order from a movie villain.
Yeah, right? Instead, do you mind if I open the window? Or if you want the other person to do it, could you open the window, please?
Notice something, listeners. We often add "please." Simple word, huge impact.
But be careful. Saying please in the wrong tone can actually sound rude. Like, "Sit down, please." That's not soft. That's like a strict teacher.
Exactly. So always smile or use a gentle voice. "Could you sit down, please?" Much better.
You know what? Let's role play a mini office scene to show polite versus impolite requests.
Great idea. I'll be bossy Nico, and you'll be polite Elisa. Okay? Print this document.
Softly. Could you print this document for me when you get a chance?
Tell me the meeting time.
Do you know what time the meeting starts?
Bring me some coffee.
Would you mind grabbing me a coffee if you're heading that way?
See, the difference is huge. Same request, totally different feeling.
And this isn't just about being polite, it's about teamwork. People are more likely to help you if you ask in a kind way.
Now, cultural note, some workplaces, especially in the US or the UK, expect this kind of soft asking. But in other cultures, being direct isn't rude at all.
True. In Germany or Israel, for example, directness can be seen as efficient. But if you're working internationally, softer English usually feels safer.
Now, let's also cover how to answer requests. Imagine someone says, "Could you send me the file?" You can say, "Sure, I'll do it now." Or, "Of course, I'll send it shortly."
Or if you're busy, it's okay to say, "I can send it in about an hour." Does that work for you? That way you're polite, but also clear about timing.
That's a great balance, being helpful without overpromising.
Okay, Nico, let's quiz our listeners. Ready?
Ready.
Listeners, imagine you want your colleague to lower their voice because you're on a call. Would you say, option A, be quiet. Option B, could you lower your voice a little, please?
We hope you picked B. Definitely B.
Here's another one. You want to borrow a pen. Do you say, option A, give me your pen. Option B, could I borrow your pen for a moment?
If you chose A, maybe you're a gangster in an old movie. The answer is B, of course.
I actually remember a time I got this wrong. My first internship, I said, send me that document. And my supervisor looked at me like, excuse me?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I learned quickly to say, could you send me that document, please? Small change, big difference.
That's the beauty of polite English. It's not about fancy vocabulary. It's about those little helpers like could, would, please, and when you have a moment.
Listeners, here's a phrase you can copy right into your brain. I was wondering if you could. Say it with us. I was wondering if you could.
This works for almost anything. I was wondering if you could explain this chart. Or, I was wondering if you could show me where the copy machine is.
Super versatile.
Now, if you're the one being asked, here's a warm response. Of course, happy to help. Or, sure, give me a minute.
That way, you sound approachable too, because workplace communication is a two-way street.
All right, final recap for this section. Use could you, would you mind, and please to make your requests softer. Use a gentle voice. And don't forget that magic spell. I was wondering if you could.
If you master this, people will love working with you, not just because you're polite, but because you make everyday interactions smoother.
And smoother conversations mean stronger teamwork.
Exactly. So next time you need a file, a password, or even just a pen, remember, you can always make the request softer and friendlier.
Okay, so we've covered introductions and polite requests, but there's one place where your English skills really get tested, the meeting room.
Oh, yes. Meetings are like mini stages. Everyone's watching, people are sharing ideas, and you have to sound clear, polite, but also confident.
And sometimes, let's be honest, meetings can drag on forever.
Oh, yes. The endless PowerPoint slides. But meetings are also where you can shine if you know the right phrases.
So let's imagine you're sitting in a team meeting. The boss says, "Any thoughts on this project?" What do?
You freeze. That was me, my first job. I just sat there quietly, nodding.
which, to be fair, is better than blurting out something random. But staying silent too often can make people think you're not engaged.
Right. So you need little entry phrases. Instead of jumping straight to your opinion, you can start with, I think, or in my opinion, or even softer, from my perspective.
Or, it seems to me that one makes you sound thoughtful.
Let's practice with an example. Nico, the question is, what do you think of the new marketing strategy?
In my opinion, the strategy looks strong, but we might need to focus more on social media.
Nice balance. Positive first, suggestion second. That's a great formula.
And what if you disagree with someone? That's tricky.
Oh, yes. You don't want to say, you're wrong. That's too direct. Instead, try, I see your point, but maybe we could also consider...
Or, that's an interesting idea. Another approach might be...
Notice how these phrases show respect first, then gently offer your own thought.
Exactly. Meetings are not boxing matches. They're more like dances. You move with the rhythm.
I like that image. A business dance.
Okay, let's also talk about agreeing politely. Sometimes you want to support someone. You can say, I completely agree with that. Or, that's a good point.
Or, I was just about to say the same thing. That one makes you sound connected to the conversation.
Yeah, it shows you're listening. And here's a fun little filler. Exactly. Just saying exactly at the right moment makes you sound very engaged.
I use that a lot. Someone says, we need better communication. And I go, exactly. Simple, but effective.
And it helps the speaker feel supported.
Let's role play a mini meeting. Nico, you be the boss, and I'll be the team member.
Okay. In character. So, team, how do you feel about the new client proposal?
From my perspective, it's a good start, but we might need to adjust the timeline.
Interesting. Anyone disagree?
I see the value in the current plan, but maybe we could also consider adding a second review stage.
Perfect. That shows respect and offers a suggestion.
And if I wanted to strongly agree, I could say, I completely agree with John's point about the timeline. It's realistic.
Nice. And notice you mentioned another colleague by name. That builds connection.
Exactly. Meetings are about collaboration, not just showing off.
One more handy phrase. Can I add something here? That's a polite way to jump into the discussion without cutting people off.
And if you need clarification, just say, could you explain that a little more? Or, sorry, could you repeat that point?
That shows you're listening carefully, not that you're lost.
Okay, time for a listener challenge. Imagine you're in a meeting. Someone says, our sales are down this quarter. What could you say?
Maybe, that's a good point. I think we could focus on customer feedback to improve results.
Or, I agree sales are down. Another factor might be the new competition.
Exactly. It's about joining the conversation with respect.
And if you're nervous, here's a tip. Write down 3 phrases before the meeting. In my opinion, I see your point, but, and that's a good point.
With just those 3, you can survive almost any meeting.
You know, one time I had to disagree with my manager in a meeting. I was terrified. But I said, I see your point, but I'm a little concerned about the budget. And you know what? He actually nodded and said, good observation.
See, respectful disagreement builds trust.
Exactly. It shows you're thinking, not just following.
So to wrap this section, meetings are your chance to speak up, agree, disagree, or ask questions, all with polite, clear English.
Think of it like a friendly dance. Step in, step back, listen, and join the rhythm.
And don't forget the magic entry lines. In my opinion, I see your point, but, and that's a good point.
With those 3, you'll sound professional, confident, and kind.
So we've mastered greetings, polite requests, and even how to sound professional in meetings. But work isn't only meetings and files, right?
Right. Half of office life happens in two places, the inbox and those little hallway chats, emails and small talk.
Exactly. And finding the right balance between professional emails and light, friendly conversations can be tricky.
Let's start with emails because, oh my goodness, emails can cause so many misunderstandings.
True. An email that's too short can sound rude, but an email that's too long can sound exhausting.
Exactly. Imagine you write, send report by 5. That sounds a bit bossy.
Very bossy. But if you write, "Hi John, could you please send me the report by 5 p.m.? Thanks so much for your help." Suddenly, it's polite, professional, and clear.
So the formula is simple. Greeting plus request plus soft closing.
Yep. Greeting could be, "Hi Anna," or "Good morning team."
Request could be, could you send me the file by tomorrow?
And soft closing, "Thanks in advance," or "I really appreciate your help."
Let's actually write a quick mini email together.
Okay. Subject line, report request.
Body. Hi, David. I hope you're doing well. Could you send me the updated sales report by Thursday afternoon? Thanks so much for your help. Best. Elisa.
Perfect. Short, polite, and clear.
Notice I added, I hope you're doing well. That little phrase makes it warmer.
Exactly. But you don't want to overdo it. Like, don't write an essay about the weather every time.
Right. Just one friendly line is enough.
And speaking of friendly lines, that's where small talk comes in.
Yes, small talk is like social glue. Those tiny conversations about the weekend, the weather, or last night's football match, they build relationships.
And honestly, sometimes those chats in the break room are more important for teamwork than the official meetings.
But here's the question. What's safe small talk for the office?
Great question. Safe topics, the weather, sports, weekend plans, lunch, maybe travel.
Unsafe topics, politics, religion, money, or asking about someone's salary.
Please don't ask your colleague, "So, how much do you make?" That's a career-ending question.
Let's role-play a hallway chat.
Okay, I'll start. In character. "Hey, Elisa, how's your morning going?"
Pretty good, thanks. I grabbed a strong coffee. Definitely needed it. How about you?
"Same here. I almost missed my bus, so coffee is saving my life right now."
See, nothing deep, just a few lines, but it makes you feel connected.
Another classic is weather small talk. Dramatic voice. "Can you believe this rain?"
Yes. Or, it's freezing out there. I thought I'd turn into an ice cube.
These phrases may sound silly, but they're social rituals. They make conversation easy.
And here's the cultural note. Some countries love small talk, like the US or the UK. Others, like Finland, don't do as much of it.
True. In some cultures, silence is normal. But if you're in an international workplace, a little small talk can help people feel more comfortable.
Let's also practice polite exits from small talk, because you can't chat forever, right?
Exactly. You can say, "Anyway, I should get back to work. Nice talking with you."
Or, good luck with your meeting later, and then walk away. Friendly, but clear.
Another important point, tone. Small talk isn't about deep words. It's about sounding relaxed and approachable. Smile. Keep your voice light.
Even if you only say, how's your day going? If you say it warmly, it works.
So, let's put emails and small talk together. Imagine this. You send a polite email, then later you meet the same person in the hallway. You say, "Hey, thanks again for sending that report so quickly." That follow-up makes the relationship stronger.
Yes, you're connecting the professional with the personal. That's how trust builds.
Quick listener challenge. You're in the break room. Your colleague is making tea. What do you say?
Option A, make me one too.
Or option B, that smells good. Do you usually drink tea in the morning?
We hope you chose B. Always choose B.
So let's recap. Emails, greeting, plus polite request, plus closing. Small talk, short, safe topics with a warm tone, and always know how to exit politely.
If you master these, your colleagues will not only respect your professionalism, they'll also enjoy chatting with you.
And that's the secret sauce of a happy workplace. So, we've done the easy stuff. Introductions, requests, meetings, even emails and small talk. But here's the big question. What happens when things go wrong?
Oh, yes, because no matter how polite or professional you are, mistakes happen. You send the wrong file, you miss a deadline, or you forget someone's name.
Or you spill coffee on the conference table. Don't ask me how I know.
That sounds suspiciously personal, Nico.
The key here is learning how to handle challenges gracefully, using English that shows confidence and respect.
And let's start with apologies. Not the heavy, I'm so sorry, I'm the worst human alive. Just a calm, professional apology.
Right. Something like, sorry about that mistake, I'll fix it right away. Short, clear, and responsible.
And if it's something a bit bigger, you can say, I apologize for the confusion. Let me explain what happened and how I'll correct it.
That second part, explaining how you'll fix it, is crucial. It shows you're proactive.
Okay, quick role play. Nico, you accidentally sent the wrong attachment to the client. How do you apologize?
Hi, I just realized I sent the wrong file earlier. I apologize for the mistake. Here's the correct file. Thanks for your understanding.
Perfect. No drama, no excuses, just honesty and solution.
Exactly. And here's another useful phrase. Thanks for your patience. It softens the situation when others are waiting for you.
Yes, it shows gratitude instead of guilt.
Now, what about when you need to say no? That can be tough.
Oh, yes. Saying no politely is one of the hardest skills. But it's important. You can't say yes to everything at work.
Right. Instead of, no, I can't, try, I'd love to help, but I'm at full capacity right now. Could we look at it next week?
Or, I won't be able to finish that today, but I can prioritize it tomorrow. See, you're still being cooperative, just honest about timing.
Cultural note. Saying no directly might feel uncomfortable in some cultures, but in English-speaking offices, clear communication is often better than pretending you can do everything.
Exactly. Because if you say yes and then fail, that's worse than politely saying no.
Let's also talk about stressful moments. Imagine your boss asks you a question in a meeting and your mind goes blank. What do you say?
Don't panic. You can use a delay phrase. That's a great question. Let me think for a moment. Or, I'd like to double-check the numbers before I answer.
Those little phrases buy you time and make you sound thoughtful instead of nervous.
Another challenge is disagreements. We covered this in meetings, but let's add one more tool. I understand your point, but I have a slightly different view.
Or, that's one way to look at it. Another possibility is,
These phrases keep the atmosphere positive, even in conflict.
and let's not forget about confidence. Sometimes the challenge is not external, it's internal. You're worried your English isn't good enough.
Oh, I know that feeling. But here's the truth. People care more about your attitude than your grammar.
Exactly. If you speak with a smile, a calm tone, and respect, even mistakes won't hurt you.
And sometimes mistakes make you more human, more relatable.
Quick personal story. Once I accidentally said, I'm exciting, instead of I'm excited in a meeting. Everyone laughed, and it actually broke the tension.
So you became the exciting guy.
Yep. And you know what? It made people remember me in a good way.
So listeners, here's your toolkit for handling challenges. Simple, calm apologies. Sorry about that. I'll fix it right away. Polite refusals. I'd love to help, but I'm at full capacity right now. Delay phrases. That's a great question. Let me think for a moment. Respectful disagreements. I understand your point, but
With these, you can walk into any tough situation and come out stronger.
and remember, challenges are not failures. They're opportunities to show your professionalism.
Exactly. In fact, how you handle mistakes often matters more than the mistake itself.
So, next time you spill that coffee, just smile, clean it up, and say, "Guess I needed a stronger cup today."
Humor heals everything.
And just like that, we've reached the end of today's journey together.
You've done so much, walking through introductions, requests, meetings, emails, small talk, and even those tricky challenges. That's a full day's work in English.
Take a moment to notice how much you've absorbed. You now have phrases for every corner of office life. From, "Hi, nice to meet you," to, "I was wondering if you could," to, "Sorry, I'll fix it right away."
That's powerful. These are not just words, they're bridges. Bridges that connect you with colleagues, clients, and opportunities.
And here's something important. You don't have to remember every phrase perfectly. What matters is the feeling you give when you speak. Warm, respectful, open.
Exactly. Even if your grammar isn't flawless, people will remember your kindness and your confidence more.
So as you rest now, imagine yourself walking through your workplace tomorrow. You greet a colleague with a smile. You ask a polite question. You share an idea in a meeting. You laugh over coffee with a teammate.
Every little interaction is a chance to practice, and every small step builds your confidence.
You've already proven you can do it. You've listened, learned, and stayed with us all the way. That shows dedication.
Be proud of yourself. Learning a language is not about speed. It's about steady progress, like drops of water filling a cup.
So let today's phrases settle into your mind. Let them soften your thoughts as you drift into rest.
And tomorrow, carry them with you, like small tools in your pocket. You're ready.
Until next time, stay calm, stay kind, and keep learning.
Sweet dreams and good night.